The Jacques Cousteau National Estuarine Research Reserve, located within the highly protected Mullica River-Great Bay watershed, is an ideal living laboratory. The reserve serves as a sentinel site, a designation that allows us to compare this estuarine system against other systems altered by human activity. Here, along the southern New Jersey coast, we study shifts in habitats, living resources, and water quality occurring as a result of environmental change. In turn, we use this research to inform decision makers about mitigation and adaptation strategies. The role of a living laboratory enables us to inform New Jersey residents, visitors, and decision makers so they can take an active role in increasing the resilience of the places they love.
The Jacques Cousteau Sentinel Site is located on the Tuckerton Peninsula and acts as a buffer for local communities against storm impacts like flooding and inundation. Sentinel sites are components of a research reserve where baseline data is collected to detect and understand changes in the ecosystem. This data helps us understand marsh habitat change caused by climate change impacts like sea level rise. We collect information on marsh elevation, vegetation type and abundance, water quality, and track change using aerial imagery. Ultimately, this information will help local and regional coastal managers implement strategies to reduce future marsh loss.
As one of the most pristine estuaries on the coast, the NERR serves as a sentinel site for observing changes in our estuarine systems. One way the NERR serves in this role is by understanding the thermal impacts of Oyster Creek Nuclear Generating Station. Oyster Creek, the longest-running nuclear plant in the United States, was shut down in 2017. For decades, this plant drew in water from the Barnegat Bay, used it to cool reactors, and discharged the warm water back. Using the NERR as an unimpacted baseline, the research at Oyster Creek helps us understand the scale at which changes in fish, crab, and invertebrate assemblages can be observed. Additionally, the Jacques Cousteau Reserve was used to compare how pier and bulkhead construction impacts the shorelines of the industrialized New York Harbor. Several long-term data sets continue to be invaluable in documenting changes in the types of fish and when and where they migrate. This knowledge helps us understand what the life history of fishes looks like in an undisturbed environment.
As a living laboratory, the Jacques Cousteau Reserve plays an important role in protecting and preserving our coastal communities. The Reserve's efforts are aided by the help of our volunteers. Citizen scientist Patrick Filardi has been volunteering with the NERR for 12 years. In Mr. Filardi's words, "For the last few decades, the field station has been conducting a larval fish sampling program commonly referred to as bridge netting. To be a hands-on field volunteer has been a true learning experience. To see the abundance and variety of life in the estuary, as well as the fragile nature of this area, is eye-opening. It takes many people on all levels, from those with doctorates to management personnel to technicians and volunteers, to inform, teach, and catalog all of the scientific information. Sharing all of this with residents and visitors is a benefit to the entire community. As a citizen scientist, I believe I have gained more than I have given. There is so much more to be discovered, and I would encourage getting involved on some level to all. There are many ways to show your support and get involved. You can participate in programs like bridge netting, teacher trainings, and public education programs for all ages. You can even become a steward of our Grassley Marsh Trail. We also offer virtual programming and resources on our social media channels that allows us to broaden our reach to individuals across the country. Jacques Cousteau once said, "We protect what we love." Our work not only allows us to protect and preserve our estuary, but have an impact on estuaries around the country and the world.